and this is the crank, and the length of the connecting rod is represented as L, and the radius of the crank is R. And here you can see crank is represented OA, and BA is the connecting rod, and you can see that this is the inner dead center and this is the outer dead center, and this is the TDC of the cylinder. And you can see that the connecting rod is rotating in the clockwise direction. So the piston will be at the TDC when the connecting rod is at in inner dead center or IDC. So as it moves from the IDC, which means the theta gets increased, the piston will move from TDC and it will move towards the BDC side. So for finding the acceleration and velocity, first we have to find the displacement. Consider by a rotation of the crank by theta angle made a movement of the piston by a distance x. So we have to find the distance x. So we can write x is equal to BB1, right? And we can replace it as BB1 is OB minus OB1, and we can replace OB is equal to L plus R, because when the piston is at TDC, the total length will be the length of connecting rod plus the radius of the crank. So we can write OB as L plus R minus, and we can replace OB1 with OA1 plus A1 B1, and L plus R minus, we can write A1 B1 from this triangle, which is A1 B1 A. So from here we can write L cos beta, because A1 B1 is L cos beta plus OA1, so we can write it as R cos theta. We know the cone rod ratio, or consider cone rod ratio L by R is represented as N. L by R is represented as N. So we can replace all these L terms with respect to R. So we can write X is equal to L can be replaced with NR. NR plus R minus NR cos beta plus R cos theta. So here R is common, so we can take it out. It will be N plus 1 minus N cos beta plus cos theta. We know the trigonometric relation, which is cos square beta plus sin square beta will be equal to 1. So we can write cos square beta is equal to 1 minus sin square beta, which implies cos beta will be root of 1 minus sin square beta. So from here we can write sin square beta, or sin beta, here we can write it as y by L. So cos beta is equal to root of 1 minus y square by L square, because it is a sin square beta. So 1 minus, here we can replace y by r sin theta, right? So it will be y square, so r square sin square theta divided by L square. And we also know that L by R is equal to N. So R by L will be 1 by N. So it will be sin square theta divided by N square. From this equation we can take the N as common. So it will be 1 by N root of N square minus sin square theta, right? So now we have a substitution for cos beta. So we are going to substitute this equation in the displacement equation. So by the substitution we will get r into n plus 1 minus, so these n will be got cancelled, and it will be root of n square minus sin square theta plus cos theta. We can rearrange it by r into 1 minus cos theta plus n minus root of n square minus sine square theta. If the size of the engine doesn't matter and we need a more quiet and smooth running engine, we can increase the connecting rod length for smoothness. So if the connecting rod length is very much high, we can say L by R, which is N, will be very high. Long connecting rod means the value of theta will be low. So we can say that in this equation n square minus sine square theta, the sine value of sine square theta will be very much low compared to the n square. So we can or avoid the sine square theta term, or we can neglect it. So there will be only n square. So root of n square will be n. So n minus n will got cancelled. So if we doesn't need that much accurate answer or the continued length is that much big, we can write the displacement as r into 1 minus cos theta, which is the equation for simple harmonic motion. So if the connecting rod length is that much big, the piston will oscillate like a simple harmonic motion. On the displacement, now we are going to find the velocity. So we know the velocity is the rate of change of distance or displacement. So we have to find velocity v by dx by dt, which is dx by dt. So we are multiplying and dividing by d theta. So we will get dx by d theta into d theta by dt. So what is d theta by dt, which means the angular displacement with respect to time. So it is the angular velocity. So we can write it is dx by d theta into omega, which is the angular velocity. So now we are going to differentiate d by dt, sorry, d by d theta into, and we have the displacement r into 1 minus cos theta plus n minus root of n square minus sine square theta into omega. So it by deriving we will get the differential is one is constant, so it is 0 minus a derivative of cos theta is minus sine theta, so derivative of minus cos theta will be plus sine theta, and plus derivative of n is 0, so we have to take the derivative of root of n square minus sine square theta, so it will be nx raised to n minus 1, so into root of n square minus sine square theta raised to minus 1 by 2, and into derivative of n square, which is 0, minus, and derivative of sine square theta is 2 sine theta into derivative of sine theta is cos theta. So here we have minus in both sides, so here it will get positive, so the velocity v will be r omega into sine theta plus, so these both are minus, so the product of this will be positive, so it will be 2 sine theta cos theta divided by 2 root n square minus sine square theta. We know that 2 sine theta cos theta is sine 2 theta, so we can write v is equal to r omega into sine theta plus sine 2 theta divided by 2 into root of n square minus sine square theta. So we have found the equation for finding velocity of the piston. Similarly in here, if the distance or the length of the connecting rod is that much big compared to the radius of the crank, so we will have a lower value of theta and higher value of n, so we can neglect sine square theta, so we can write in a long connecting rod the velocity of piston will be simplified it into sine theta plus sine 2 theta by 2n. So we can simplify it as like this. And again, if length of concrete node is that much big, 2n will be very big value, and sine 2 theta will be very small. So this term will be very much small, so we can neglect that too. So the final equation will be r omega into sine theta. Now we have found the equation for velocity. Now we need to find the acceleration of the piston. We know that the acceleration is the rate of change of velocity, so it will be dv by dt. So we can write dv by d theta into d theta by dt. So d theta by dt is omega, so it will be dv by d theta into omega, which is the angular velocity. So we can write the acceleration d by d theta of r omega square. There will be omega into omega, which is omega square into sine theta plus sine 2 theta by 2n, which is equal to derivative of sine theta is cos theta plus derivative of sine 2 theta will be 2 cos 2 theta divided by 2n. So the 2 will go cancel, and we can arrive at the equation of acceleration of piston, which is cos theta plus cos 2 theta by n. So this is the equation for finding the acceleration of a piston. And if the piston is at inner dead center, the theta value will be is equal to 0. So we can write acceleration will be r omega square into cos 0 is 1 plus cos 2 theta will be cos 0 1 by n. So for outer dead center, the theta will be is equal to 180, and acceleration will be r omega square. Cos 180 is minus 1, and cos 360 is 1, to be 1 by n. So it will be r omega square into 1 by n minus 1. So if you learned about how to find the displacement, velocity and acceleration of a piston, hit the bell icon if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because more videos about automobile engineering are coming, and hit the bell icon for get notified.